Hello and welcome to The Wrong Podcast, a show where we watch and discuss all the films in Lifetime's The Wrong series. I'm Claudia,
I'm Jory.
and today we're talking about The Wrong Stepmother, 2019, directed, of course, by David Dakota, and written by Michael Verratti, Jeffrey Schenk, and Peter Sullivan. Jory, what do you think of The Wrong Stepmother?
Um, you know, going into this, I was like, this seems to be kind of like this is one you start off with, is a concept like someone coming to a family like this.
Mhm.
And I didn't have very high expectations, but you sent a review over last night that I saw this morning, and they they pointed out something about how like the person playing the wrong stepmother is a knockoff of Jessica Morris, user Algor49. I don't want to steal their valor without crediting them.
Thanks, Algor.
Corin Nemec is a knockoff of Rip Hillis, and it just kind of like, this is the wrong movie, and it everything in this movie is fascinating. I I think this one might be my favorite yet, mostly because
Really?
of how off everything and almost everyone is in this. It's so much is odd about this movie that's different from what makes the other ones odd. I was
Yeah.
fascinated throughout this entire thing. What were your early thoughts on this?
I mean, it wasn't my favorite one. I thought that it was kind of bonkers in almost exclusively because of the performance of Cindy Busby
Yes.
are wrong for this movie. Um who gives just the performance of a lifetime. Oh. Oh, pun. I don't know. This one was very, very strange, and I think it's strange in a different way than I was saying. The Wrong Teacher was strange. The Wrong Teacher was strange in the way that it was like structured and especially filmed and edited. The Wrong Stepmother is written weird. Not just in terms of
Yes.
plot, but in terms of the way that people talk as well. Where
Yes.
everyone uses like quite big words for these Lifetime films. Uh, and I have to assume it's just because this guy, Michael Verratti, is somebody who has not written a wrong movie before and will never write one again, parentheses, as of August 28th, 2025.
Yeah, it's you nailed it. A lot of that stuff is why I was enjoying this so much. Um
Yeah.
I I've been thinking about a lot of this movie all day after watching it last night, because from like the beginning to end, I there's like certain things that feel more amateurish to than the rest of the films. That I didn't take a lot of notes, surprisingly. I was just kind of like going through this like, oh, holy shit, the entire time. But I suppose before we get into more of the movie, we do got our predictions.
So I had only three predictions, and like two of them were immediately proven wrong. So my first one was kind of a weird one. I was like, they're going to make a Cinderella reference at some point. They can't not with
That, that
the
that's
title
that's
The Wrong Stepmother.
that's an easy slam dunk there.
Yeah. um, my second one was The Wrong was working with someone and that the motive would be money. And my third one was the main character. Okay, this was my prediction for what The Wrong Stepmother would be about as a whole, because I was like, there's fucking 100 ways they could take this movie, uh, and I was like, what is the one that I think could be like the most likely for them to do? I was like, this guy hasn't written a Wrong movie before, so it might be a little out there. So I said main character is like an orphan or like a foster kid, teen, estranged from their birth family who's reconnecting with their birth father who has a wrong life.
Ooh. See,
Not
I
true.
like that avenue. That sounds like you could make a decent like Lifetime movie out of that way.
Yeah, but the thing is that it doesn't have the and in retrospect, this is why I don't think that is going to be the vibe of any of these, is that it doesn't have the not in my backyard.
True.
Our main character can't be the one coming into the situation because they're the invader at that point.
You know, I never put together that's like the connecting thread here, and that's probably the connecting thread of a lot of Lifetime movies. But you make a really good point
Yeah.
there.
Thank you. What were your predictions?
So something because I want to touch on one of yours really quick because I want to know if were you like half correct with the money thing, because way later, like
Okay, yeah.
towards the end of the movie, they almost imply that that's part of her motivation is to get money, but also it seems like she's working through her family issues, and it's not clear which is which, or if the money is just a side effector of what she's done.
I was also so confused. Um because you and I have and how can we not divided these films into two boxes. Motive is money, motive is obsession.
Yeah.
Uh this one seems to maybe be both. Is I think that it was originally about money with like her first victims, and then she was like, "Oh, I like having a family actually. I should do this more."
Yeah, that's well, so we'll get to that eventually. This movie's wild. I didn't
Yeah.
have too too many. I thought it'd be kind of like obviously like a bad remarriage. Had like a split from the kids. Like he'd have two or three kids. And the split from their mom and like a messy divorce, and he's like
Mm.
he was on the he got like the worst of it, so that we would have sympathy for him. We'd see the his kid's mom be portrayed as super evil and mean, just at least towards him, so that we feel extra bad for him, and it opens him up to have an obsessive woman come into his life, and that he
Mhm.
just got married to her at around the same time, or is like it's happening like the wedding is happening like the first week that he is getting custody of the kids for the summer, so he only gets to see them
Mm.
for he only gets like full time with them for like 6 weeks out of the year during the summer or something. And because of that, he's like, and because of the divorce and everything, he's a little bit distant from the kids, so he's really wanting to bring them together, connect with them more, while also he has this new marriage. And because of the name of the movie, she is a scary crazy lady who is going to do scary things. And then my other not long-winded one is Vivica is going to be a family friend. I thought that
Mm.
she was going to be like giving advice or something, or just like someone who was close to the family, like living next door or something, so she could be around, but not like as distant as she's been. Even though we almost immediately find out that she is either a teacher or a principal. I wasn't sure which.
She's
She's
a
a
guidance counselor.
guidance counselor. Okay.
Every time we see her in a school, she gets demoted. She was
Yeah.
principal, then vice principal, now she's a guidance
Yeah.
counselor.
Next, she'll just be
Also,
a homeroom teacher.
your first prediction wasn't completely wrong. Like you still got the beats
Yeah.
in there. So Jory, do you want to get into the plot here?
So we we open up outside of someone's house with like a hooded figure walking around kind of in front of it, like creepy stalking. And then this an older man comes out and is like, "Hey, go away. I told you to go away. This isn't your family. sorry, things didn't work out or anything, but you gotta go. And immediately, I'm already locked in because he gives like his first sentences, and then it cuts to a hooded woman looking like Darth Sidious from episode 3, going there's like a beat long enough that it's like awkward, and she goes, "You're wrong." Delivers it in a really goofy way, and I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Tim
And
Robinson voice. Wrong.
yeah, and it's just a very like short opening of like that, and I'm going, "Go away," and then she wanders off, and then we cut to sitcom kind of like morning breakfast with dad and the two daughters, which is fitting because the dad in this movie is played by Corin Nemec, who is the titular Parker Lewis and Parker Lewis Can't Lose, which ran for like 3-4 years in the early 90s. I only know who he is through the stupidest way, which is when I was like 13, 14 and didn't have cable, but had just like network TV through an antenna. Married with Children started like airing in syndication on one of the channels, and that's a show that, especially as like a 13-year-old, seeing a more blunt, rude, aggressive family sitcom was funny. And then the actor who played the son in it had a web series where he was playing a washed-up child actor alongside Corin Nemec, who was also playing a washed-up like child teenage actor.
Interesting. What a strange career journey a lot of these people have taken to wind up here. And with our wrong here standing outside this guy's house in the scary black hoodie that's in every one of these movies.
Yeah.
My first note here is just immediately telling myself that I'm wrong with my prediction. I just wrote she's some kind of Black Widow. Like so easy to tell here. Bad guy, bad guy, bad guy. She's the bad guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the sitcom home. Here's a strange thing that I was thinking about during this one. There's like an 11-year-old in this movie.
This is the first time we've seen someone under 18 in this, right?
I was going to say, have we ever seen a child before in these movies?
I don't think so. Like, I was thinking about it before I started this. Like, I was just thinking about stuff with these movies. And that's how you know I'm a dedicated podcaster. I don't just clock into for the recording. About how, like, I came to the conclusion that part of the reason also that they're 18, whatever, so they can cast slightly older actors, and then they don't have to deal with from what it sounds like, the absolute nightmare it is to work with minors on set. Like not saying that working with kids because kids are annoying, but like all the understandable restrictions that are probably a headache for logistical reasons of like doing that. So I was like, yeah, that's probably why they're doing it. But this is the first time, I think. And
yeah,
she was put in more peril than I expected from that.
Yeah, I was a little bit, when I saw there was a child in this, I was like, whoa, that that feels like it's automatically raised the stakes of what can happen in this movie. The dad, Michael, I actually took time to write down everyone's names instead of just remembering them. So, dad, Michael, older daughter is Lily. She's approximately 17 or 18. She's a senior in high school. She's looking to go to Brown next year, where my sibling went. I like to brag about them because I'm proud of them.
Brown is East Coast, right?
Yeah, Brown is Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay. See, I know it's not that weird to go like she's going to go to a big, because I know Brown's a big school, but they seem to make these movies just so much more spanning the United States than they feel, because everything feels very California. But then they'll mention like I constantly think back to the first one where they mentioned like Poughkeepsie and stuff. It's like, that's New York. Why did they move from New York to California?
They'll bring up other places, but they are in California always. Do not get it twisted. We
Yeah.
cannot even pretend that we are somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is Malibu, baby. So, older daughter Lily, younger daughter Nicole. The dad, Michael, he's telling his kids that he's dumping exposition that they know on them. That their mother died some time ago now. I'm unclear.
Okay, so I want to. There's so much of this movie that I'm jumping way too far ahead. We're maybe like 5 minutes into the movie. How much time has passed overall for everyone? I mean, within the bounds of like what we see, I can imagine it's not that long. Maybe like a couple weeks at most. But the reason why I ask is, and stuff that you're not supposed to think that much about, but we're talking about movies on the internet. I gotta be annoying. Uh, when Maddie comes over for dinner the first time and meets them, she like menacingly puts down the photos of them as a big family, which looks very recent because Lily and Nicole both look like the same
Mm.
age that they are now. And with that, it also seems like with that, how fast Michael is going with her, seems like this has been going on for a while. Now, I'm not ever going to knock anyone for moving things fast. I know plenty of people who have gone through their stages of the relationship really fast, but all of it just seemed like crazy fast for everyone. Which would add to the strife,
Yeah.
but everything felt like mom died at most like 6 to 8 months ago, it feels like.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I feel like it could be as long as like 3 years,
Mm.
though. Because later on there's an essay that mentions that her mother helped her on the first day of high school. So at least 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Or like, at most 3 years ago rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do agree the moving fast I think is definitely intentional.
Oh, okay.
Because the dad says, your mom died at some time ago, and I've decided to start seeing someone again. I met somebody on Timber. No joke. That's what it's called.
Yep.
I want you guys to meet her because like I want you to get to like her. You two are the most important people in my life, and I want you to get along with her. Jory, here's a question.
Sure.
A personal question here. My first one is one. Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a brother who I'm 8 or 9 years older than. Nine. I
Okay.
had to do the math there, and then I have a sister who I am 19 years old.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, 18 years older than, right? 19. Yeah, 19. My brother was the only planned one, and when he was at that age where you're an extra little shit, he thought that was like funny. But it's like my sister was too young to be upset by it, and I was too old to be upset by it. It's like you're just being weird right now.
Yeah, I have two younger sisters. One 2.5 years younger, and the other 8 years younger. So I'm vaguely in the same boat, at least with one of them. You have parents who are still together?
uh, I do not. So I think my dad died when I was a year old, and then I have to
Hmm.
pause and do the whenever I tell people I have to pause and go, no, it's chill. Don't do anything. Don't make it weird. I didn't know the guy. I'm 30
Yeah.
years old. I've processed all of it that I could. I was never like let on or anything about it. The possibilities of whatever I have left in my mind. You don't have to feel bad. And then
That
my
sounds tiring to have to do.
it's one of those words because people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And it's like it starts to like feel weird because like I don't know. I can understand your sympathy and I appreciate it, but also I don't know. I feel less about it than you do, and that also makes me feel bad. But my mom was married to my brother's dad from 98, 99 to sometime in the mid 2000s. And then she had like boyfriends and stuff while I was a teenager, but only married when I was a kid, and then they split around the time I was a teenager.
I'm a child of divorce, and this movie a couple of times pushed some buttons for me.
Oh,
Uh, so there may be a couple of points where I just like go off a tiny bit, not as much as when it's the Three Little Words episode Mountain Retreat Murder, where I that pushed my daddy issues a lot.
oh,
But there was one scene in particular towards the end that I'll call out that I was like, ooh, I need to pause the movie for a moment.
fair.
The older daughter is like really not okay with this
No.
overall, especially because she has like seen this woman leave their house like in the middle of the night a few times.
So I have a
Um
question about this.
mhm.
Do, was she sleeping over like the daughter thought, or was she being creeper the wrong stepmother stalker lady?
Mm.
Because the way he was going about the relationship would make me think he was not bringing her over to sleep over without telling his daughters, and I assumed that was like a clue of hers going, seeing her and knowing she's around, but not knowing the extent of which she's around and stalking them.
That actually makes a lot of sense, and like it did sound like this relationship was newer than that implied.
Yeah.
Um and what if that was her like scoping out before she even went for the father?
Yeah, that's what I was getting from stuff like that, was like
Interesting.
she, that it wasn't her staying over because he brought her home, cuz like if he's uh, maybe I'm thinking of like when I was living at home, and even when I had a part of the house where I conceivably could have brought a girl over in and out of the house without anyone really seeing, I was like, I'm not even going to bother. I don't want this to accidentally happen.
Yeah, completely reasonable to be honest. Um Speaking of this woman creeping on them, we see her in a car outside of outside of their house, I guess, taking like pictures of them on her phone. The
Yeah.
two girls as they go off to school. Weird. I know it's supposed to be weird, but like something about it was I think because it's about kids,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like she's obsessed with the whole like family dynamic just as much as she is with like him.
Yeah. It's like weirdly not a Cinderella thing,
Yeah.
really, where she's like, I want your father. The fact that are here is incidental and inconvenient. She's like, no, you're all mine. Here's where I wrote my first note that that Lily's boyfriend is weirdly profound and thoughtful, which I think is a side effect of everyone in this movie not talking like a real person.
He's a fascinating side character.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with him? Like, he seems like kind of a fucking dope who's, maybe emotionally intelligent. And then, like, I I know we're jumping ahead a bunch here over and over, but, like, halfway through the movie, the daughter is like, "You're like a hacker guy," and he's like, "Yeah, of course. I'm always good at getting into people's computers, and your dad never changes his passcode, and I just traced this back with the GUI interface." And like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Where did this come from?" Bizarre. And we get the first discussion of a somewhat important plot point here. Vivica A. Fox, as the guidance counselor, comes up to Lily and her boyfriend, Patrick, and she's like, Lily, you should send me your college admissions essay soon. Lily's been like stumped on what to write about, and Vivica A. Fox is like, why don't you write about your mother? The colleges want to know about you. And I kind of don't feel like that's true in that way. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Let's see, I went to a college that you basically just got auto accepted for having a pulse. But I don't think that colleges want like a personal cover letter.
Yeah.
I think they want. I would assume they if for a college essay would be they'd be more interested in your accomplishments and aspirations
Hmm.
more so than like more personal stuff. If you can tie that in, that's probably a benefit. But they're not like from the when I looked over her essay. I don't know if a college would be as interested in. My mom helped me when I was younger.
Yeah. It felt very mediocre, and I don't know if that was purposeful or not. We'll come back to that essay. But it's time to have this new girlfriend, Maddie, over for dinner. This isn't where they had a an afternoon movie showing, right? Was that later?
That was later.
And here's the point where like the daughter, the youngest daughter, Nicole, is like weirdly affectionate.
She's acting so fucking weird.
Like, one, my big sister instinct is like, you little fucking kiss ass. And my second instinct is like, honestly, she is acting like she is the wrong in this movie.
And I'm not gonna put too much tension on it because she is like 11, 12 years old acting in this movie. So
Yeah.
punching down on a child actor is a little lazy, but she is acting just very off her whole like performance, and I won't knock her for it. I will knock whoever gave her the direction of it. Feels very like
You mean David?
her performance feels very. You tell a little kid to smile a lot, to look like happy, and I imagine,
Mm,
especially if they go into auditions and stuff, you tell the kid to look upbeat, happy, like you're excited to be there, you're grateful for the opportunity, and it just carried over into this where she's just so pep, and her tone just it feels so weird, and the way they do shot reverse shot of so many scenes of people talking, there's enough of a gap to where things feel awkward and almost like video game dialogue. Like it feels like
mm.
the system is taking a second to read the next line while you're playing a narrative game like Telltale's The Walking Dead or Life is Strange or something.
Yeah, no, you are completely right.
And that kind of like the over performance of them also kind of the same way that you get out of video games.
Yeah, ending the conversation with, well, I should go.
Yeah.
After this dinner, Maddie like excuses herself from the table for a moment to go and plant two of the largest webcams we have seen in this franchise so far. Like, just I have to wonder if they're fucking with me at this point, you know?
It's a 1.3 megapixel webcam from probably 2007. And it's the same one in both scenes, which like whatever, that's budget filmmaking, but it's so close together it said me think, yeah, she set that one down and then they moved the camera to the next room so she can set it down in the next spot.
I also find it funny that when we see the footage later, one, the camera like tracks people,
Yeah.
um, and two, they don't make webcam mics like that anymore. It really sounds almost like a professional studio microphone when she's listening in on their
Yeah.
conversations.
It sounds like it's got a boom hovering over them.
I also wrote here soundtrack is going bonkers. That was something that was honestly really distracting throughout the movie. The soundtrack is so like intrusive to every intense moment. I'm like, I know that somebody is being stabbed right now. Can you calm down?
Yeah, so Maddie the like dinner date sort of ends after Maddie hears a phone go off, which we find out is the dad's phone, and she's like going through it, and Lily walks in and is like, "What are you doing?" And with the worst excuse is like, "Oh, I heard a phone going off and I thought it was mine, so I grabbed it."
She's so bad at lying.
Almost nothing she does has good plausible deniability. Uh, the one that I would say does it is still like the finest thread is at the coffee shop later, and even then, that's still like, that's weird because he got a text from Cynthia, who works with Michael at his job, his office job that at some point deals with coding because she later says never met a computer code I couldn't crack, whatever the fuck that means. Uh,
Yeah.
but who the actress is the older coffee shop worker from The Wrong Friend, and then also the other caretaker from The Wrong Man.
Huh. I thought she looked familiar.
We saw her for like a scene that was 1 minute showing that she exists, of her asking him out on a date and him kind of dodging the question, which makes her asking him out feel more inappropriate the more we see their relationship to like expounded upon, uh
Yeah.
and calls into question like also how much time has passed.
She was waiting.
When she was like, yeah, they just mentioned that she was really close with his late wife, I was like, she seemed like she was almost, yeah, waiting for him to be single so she could hop in there. With how like ready she is. So we get just the like we cut back to her getting that with just the most like scary faces whenever we see her get mad.
Oh my god,
Because
the
she's like
fucking faces.
observing on her phone as they're doing stuff in the house, and she incredible faces throughout this entire movie, and it was my favorite part. It's just she
Honestly,
couldn't
like
act menacing.
Kermit the Frog anger at faces.
She couldn't act menacing, and it makes it just have an effect of making her seem more out there than she probably wanted to deliver. But
Yeah, definitely. I was losing my mind at some of these faces. It's like the same face and reaction every time, but every time it got me. It was just like this woman, Cindy Busby, the last Maddie that we had in these movies. I said that she elevated the text, and she elevated the text in a fantastic way where I thought it added a lot to the character. Um, Cindy Busby's performance elevates the text in that it's just like you are doing so much and it's a lot, but I admire it. It's not good, but I like it.
And she's in a lot of Lifetime movies, which
Oh,
when I
really?
saw that, I was like, that's not too surprising that she would be in films such as My Husband's Killer Girlfriend or the miniseries Bachelor Daddies.
Come on. Come on, Lifetime. Also, can we talk again about how bad Maddie is at lying? Um because there's a scene around here where she like stalks the kids to school. And like I'm sorry, I'm making my obligatory Degrassi reference. It really felt like when I want to say Darcy, no. Mia, I think maybe. Anyway, had like this online friend and this 40-year-old dude just like showed up at her school, and when the principal or one of the teachers or something like saw him start to walk in the door and they were like, "Hey, can I fucking help you?" And he was like, "Oh, no, no, never mind," and left. Except in this movie, the worst security guard on earth comes over to her and says like, are those your kids, you dropping them off? And she's like, yes, I'm their mom. Like just fucking like that, like she is a robot. And just like the like the way that you say a lie when you were joking about lying, like, yeah, I'm their mom. And he's like, ah, yeah, no, I get it. The kids, they want to look cool. It's really sweet that you're dropping them off and you're staying back here and watching them go in instead of embarrassing them. You seem really cool. You seem like a great mom. You're the mom of these kids. It's great that you're their mom.
Yeah. And I wrote this, and I was like, this is the most unhinged character I think we've had. I think while with the last movie, it took a turn for where it took way too long for one of these movies to do it, where it's like the most like whatever, he's in a straitjacket, he's crazy kind of psycho ass ending. This one just feels like, oh, this woman's like in a whole nother world. Like she's almost in another movie with how like wild she's acting compared to everyone else that we've seen so far in this franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. Like she's like a little bit, you know, I as somebody who is mentally ill in many ways, I don't really like being like she is fucking
Yeah.
nuts. But like she is kind of nuts. She seems like honestly a little bit psychotic, not in the like whoa, like dangerous, mentally ill thing, but in the sense that I think she might have a little bit of psychosis and like is not. I think she genuinely believes a couple of times that she is their mother or
Yeah.
stepmother. She like sells it a little too
Yeah,
much.
it doesn't come across as like overbearing trying to be their mother figure. It seems like she has decided that she is, and that's she's acting as such.
Yeah, no one can
Yeah.
convince her otherwise, even though she's been dating this man
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we after that we get
Yeah.
a quick thing of the dad dodging another date with Cynthia, which is where she says, "Never met a computer code I couldn't crack," and they're at the exterior, which is clearly just the exterior of the school that they're using. uh,
Yeah.
but then she's like, he's like, "Oh, he gets a call from presumably Maddie." Unless it showed it on his phone and I missed it, but I'm pretty sure it was just from her. And he goes off, and we cut to the daughter of a friend on at like a laptop, kind of talking about it with like some kind of social media up. I'm a hack fraud and I didn't take a screenshot of what it was, but it looked honestly like ancient YouTube more than it looked like a social media. Uh,
It did.
remember when you could like comment on people's profiles on YouTube?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
but they're just yeah, they're just having like a casual, just like a conversation, just like you're kind of stuck on this lady. And she's like, well, it's my dad. Of course I'm going to be stuck on it. I don't know if I like her. And we see her peer around the corner and I'm edging away. And I was like, oh, holy shit. Is she just fucking inside their house without them knowing? No, she's supposed to be over, which makes more sense, but it's not nearly as exciting.
Yeah. It's a lot. And like this isn't the same scene where she goes through her
No, that's
laptop, right?
later. This is where she's
Okay.
like, I don't want to interrupt, and him as goofy sitcom dad is like, nah, you don't got to worry about it. You just interrupt whenever you want.
Mm.
She like introduces herself to her friend, and then he just leaves. They have like
Are they dating?
I don't they aren't
I
because
okay.
at the first dinner she says something about dating, and then I can't remember what it is, and then
Oh yeah.
said something about boys and dating, and then mentions the Lily, and she's like, well, he's not that kind of boy, he's a friend, which I wrote in my notes, friend zone.
Yeah,
I
okay. Yeah.
I think they would
Clear.
be dating if there was a teen boy for them to be worried about. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
She stays over. They're having some wine, and Cynthia just shows up, which is fucking weird until she because this is the second time she's done that, which feels weird until
Mhm.
he's like until it comes out that she is friends with his wife. So it's like makes more sense that she'd come over. I have extensive boundaries when it comes to coworkers, so anything like this, my fucking coworkers coming over to my house without me knowing, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah.
But
Is at minimum probably sexual
yeah,
harassment.
but it makes a little bit more sense here, and he's been a little cagey about both sides of them with each other, which I both understand, and also he's kind of asking for a moment like this to happen with it.
Yeah.
Cynthia is way more dejected about it than and feels like upset with him, and I kind of understand it on the side of she's a family friend, but I don't understand it on the side of she's a coworker trying to date him. Because really, that's none of her
Yeah.
fucking business. If he's been dating a woman, and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, like she's allowed to have, you know, complicated or even negative
Yeah,
feelings about him dating someone. She clearly is into
yeah,
him. But like that's not his problem. You don't get to put that on him. That is your issue. Go to
yeah.
therapy.
Because the level of like upset she is at it is like, especially when he just introduced her to his daughters. Someone he works with or like a family friend would be like the next step, I would think. Is once the kids are okay with
Yeah.
it, then you can say it's a little bit more serious. I don't have kids and I don't plan on having kids, but I imagine that would be the case if I did. Is I would want to make sure my kids got along with them and they all knew each other before I was telling anyone that wasn't like a close friend.
Yep.
And Maddie also hearing it goes into is like has the reaction of I want to cause a scene. That's the face. That's the mood I got from her
Yep.
facial expression when she comes by and is like, I'm his girlfriend. And the way she said it also was like, I don't know if they've had official labels, and I feel dumb saying that about two
Mm.
in their 30s to 40s. He's definitely like 10 years older than the actress, but it's movies, whatever. That's at this point, everyone knows that that's how
Yeah.
things are anymore. But I feel dumb being like they haven't made it official or anything. But I don't know if they have in this kind of capacity, which is what.
I mean, that's still a step,
Yeah.
you know?
So and he does a decent job of smoothing it over, I think, while Maddie watches on from a window where there's no way she could hear what the conversation is, but has reactions like she can, and she is pissed.
Maddie comes up and she has the look and tone of me when I say, well, I'm not trying to pick a fight about this, when I fully intend to pick a fight about this.
And let's say like wrap that up. Lily comes by and it's like, "Hey Cynthia, can I talk to you?" And then they have like a quick conversation, which Maddie is still watching and making the expressions like she knows what's happening. And Cynthia basically says, "I'm really good at that Google thing."
George, please.
Usearch.com, because
Usearch.com.
the email they show later is like usearchmail.com, and I laughed really hard.
And she also uses Usearch Docs.
But she's like, I'm really good at it. I'll look her up. You know, I'm a good Google search sleuth. And he's like, oh fuck, they're on to me already. And then we get like a quick thing of Cynthia and Michael being like, oh yeah, sorry, we're gonna make up now that we're all calm and stuff, whatever. And then she goes back to serious on her phone. And again, I'm a hack fraud, and I didn't get a screenshot of it, but I'm 90% sure if you go back and look at what she did, she searched Maddie and got a picture of her.
Yep. She did, yes.
Which is fascinating. Just one first name was able to find her.
The only Maddie in the greater Malibu area. The next day or sometime a bit later, Maddie and Michael get back from
This was the afternoon.
a mid-afternoon movie.
Because
Yeah.
he says, sorry it wasn't a better movie. And I was like, oh, fuck, David, name drop one of your movies, please. Lifetime probably won't let you, but please, even name drop like another Lifetime movie. I'm willing to believe that in their universe, those are theatrical releases, but he doesn't.
But they didn't, I
No,
don't
he
believe.
didn't say a name. And this is when she goes to the computer after checking on one of her cameras. At least where she set one of them. It's not there now, but she's like playing with the set. He's like, yeah, we'll order pizza. The girls will like it if you stay. And she sees the computer and starts like going through it. And Lily's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. And listen, this is a completely unhinged thing to do. But also, like, as somebody who was and is very paranoid about about like my things being touched in that way, especially like my computer and things. Close your
Yeah.
laptop if you're walking away from it for an extended period. Just it's gonna save the battery
Yeah.
too, girl. Like I don't know. What if you're sexting Patrick and your dad like walks through
Yeah.
that room? Like you're gonna hear about it.
Exactly. Like, you should probably keep that closed, just in case. I don't know. Maddie's like, oh, I was gonna surprise your dad and order pizza. I swear that's all I was doing. And then, unless it's a later one, is this one she pivots to like, I was just trying to find something we could relate, that we could like, I could relate with her. Because then it
Yes.
switches to, and the way she says it feels like it feels awkward because it's one of those things where it's not strange for the setting, but you just fixate on it because that's not how people talk. She keeps saying she was going through my social media.
Social media.
She went through my social media.
Yep.
And there's my girlfriend likes watching 90 Day Fiance and some of the spin-offs and stuff when she's just like laying around doing nothing. And there's a specific couple on there, and I make fun of them a lot because it's a serious thing. Is something that happens to couples a lot, and I'm not downplaying like her being serious about it, but just this British girl always upset, like saying that he online cheated, and just the way she says online cheating or cheated, it just stands out of like, who is the one who have you had this argument so much where if you say regular cheated, this man explodes, so you do this as like a cover, or it's just it comes across so awkwardly the more because she still does it after they've been on like 3 different shows and I overhear it. It's just so awkward. And
That is really funny
and
phrasing.
it's just how it sounds whenever she says she's going through my social media. Because then with that implication too, it doesn't sound like she was reading my private messages, which that's understandable. It just kind of sounds like Maddie pulled up whatever Facebook is in their universe. They said Facebook in the wrong cruise, if I remember right. They said Facebook is for old people, so it exists in this universe at least.
They said Twitter in the wrong teacher.
Oh yeah, they did. So those two do. Maybe Google's the only conglomerate that doesn't. But they, with that, it just seems like she just opened it up on her phone, was scrolling, and she went, "That's kind of weird." Which I would agree that that's a little weird if she was just sitting there looking through it while you're there. But, yeah, she's also understandably like, that's weird that she was going through my computer. And he's like, she's trying. He's trying to be like a good middleman because he's at this point of like, I like this lady and I don't want her to be scared off because my kids are being difficult. And it's like, I understand why they're being difficult, but I want to make this work.
Oh, this drove me bonkers.
He's just like, you're not trying. She is. And then they just kind of like give up on the fight.
Yeah.
To where... Yeah, and that's when we get kind of like the first little bit of backstory with Maddie is like, yeah, my mom died when I was young, and it just made me think about like I always wanted just like a nice family like you guys have, and I'd like to be a part of. I thought I'd be the perfect mom, or someday be the perfect stepmother.
It's too soon to be. I know that this is her whole deal, but like, if I were Lily, and I'm sure this is also how she felt internally, I would be like, it's been like 3 weeks. I've met you twice.
This is the thing I'm thankful for, that when I was like a teenager, my mom was dating guys. They were never like trying to be my dad. in that way. Yeah.
Lucky you.
It was different when I was like 5, but at that point, he was married to my mom, so I understand the effort he's putting in.
Oh yeah, that's different.
I
that is an actual stepfather.
I know the dynamics are far different when someone's a teenager and stuff.
Lily texts Cynthia and is like, Maddie went through my social media and I don't like this bitch. And Cynthia's like, just stay calm, I'll come over tonight. To which a couple of people in the Discord call that I was streaming this in went, "Up, she's dead."
Yeah, the
And lo and behold.
she found like an article about a family terrorized by a woman. No clue what internet sleuthing she was doing to get to this conclusion, but she finds like a young man and is like, "Have you seen this white lady?" He's like, "Yeah, that's that evil bitch Claire who ruined my uncle's life." And she goes, "Oh, I thought her name was Maddie." And he's like, "Yeah, Claire was the name I knew her by, but I found out that she'd done other crazy shit too." And he's like, she was trying to say that she was part of the family and stuff, and we called the cops, and he mentioned that like because of squatters' rights, she had somewhat of a case. And it's like, I
Yeah,
don't know if that's how that works. I also don't know how squatters'
that is
rights,
very much not how that works.
from what I've understood, squatters' rights is like if an unhoused person goes into like a home that's not in use and is there long enough, you can't just kick them out. Like there's a little bit more of a process of it. Or same with like if you aren't paying like if you haven't been paying rent or something, they places that have a little bit, it's more of a process than just we can use the state to throw you out of your home, out of the home.
Basically,
But
yeah.
it's not you get to integrate with a family.
Yeah. This is the not in my backyard fear mongering.
Yeah.
Uh someone might seem really good and then you'll realize that they're bad and you can't even make them leave because of those liberal squatters' rights laws. We should repeal those. Why are they letting I shouldn't say more conservative things because I don't want that clipped out of context and people think maybe I actually mean some of this shit. But yeah, that 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 line being almost like mumbled in
Yeah.
there really gave me pause.
Because then he's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
should, if she's involved in you or anyone else, he's like looking into the camera like a PSA. If she's involved in you or anyone else's life, get her out immediately. She's bad news. And she's like, okay, I gotta go do something about it. And then she gets in the car.
If you see something, say
She
something.
gets in her car, and Maddie's in the back seat. And this is when the movie's awesome. Their exchange
Yes, honestly,
is nuts. Half of Cynthia's lines are 80 yards. Sometimes they don't match her lips. So they don't match the. There's a word I should know for this because I've taken film classes, or I'm imagining that this word. It doesn't match the room tone. Maddie's voice does match the room tone, but most of
mm,
Cynthia's don't.
yeah, it doesn't sound like it was recorded in the same physical
Yeah.
space as her.
It sounds like it was recorded in her living
Yeah,
room.
no, I agree.
On the SM48
I
instead of in the car.
Yeah, but I will say they were really trying something with some of these camera
Yeah.
shots here. Where like they do kind of a shot reverse shot but in like the rear view mirror, which I thought was very cool framing. I don't even remember what they talked about. It was probably like I know what you really are, and the important thing is that whatever Cynthia said, she'll never tell anyone else. Because Maddie strangles her with the seatbelt, I
Yeah.
think.
And I wrote it down because it happened. She yelled mine and peaked the audio before she choked her.
Yes, yes. I noticed that too. Which I kind of always love when they peak the
Yeah.
audio. Because they try and make it not sound miserable, but I can always hear it, and it always makes me go like, "Oh, the acting!"
And I love this because it's a very like cheap slasher movie moment. The conversation that they have, the like way she's
Yeah,
delivering the line of "You're not going to be able to do anything because I'm taking care of you right now," and then getting the person that they get.
yeah. And then she gets out of the car. I believe we get a POV shot here of her walking up to the like stalking up to the door of the teenager that Cynthia just spoke to. He opens the door and he's like, "Oh God." and she stabs him to death.
Yeah. she,
Like this is the most like rapid deaths
yeah.
we have had in these
She
movies.
put Cynthia in the trunk, and then my girlfriend was watching this on and off while doing stuff around the house, and she's like, "Do you think she's actually dead or just knocked out?" And I was like, "As I just said, we won't know until the end of the movie. Honestly, we'll learn around then if she's dead or not." And same with
Yeah.
with this guy. She just opens the doors like, hey, you can't be doing, you can't do that, stabs him. But I like the way he answers the door because it's very like, it's a big window, but he he opens the door not looking at who's there at all, despite having just been asked about a person who ruined his uncle's life.
Then in a completely tonally dissonant scene, Michael the father gives Lily a fucking like Disney Channel original movie speech about like, I know your mother meant a lot to you, but maybe Maddie can mean something to you someday. And I care about you. You and your sister are the most important people in my life. And also in this, towards the end, Lily has a line where she says, uh, literally, you are my dad after all. But she gives it some weird energy where she's like, you are my dad after all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about that one.
He's like the only one who has like, I don't think normal performance is the right way to go about it, but because he was on like sitcoms and stuff, he's the one who feels the most natural, while everyone else is like in Lifetime land, which makes everyone's else performance
Mm.
feel wilder too.
No, that makes a lot of sense when I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, after that is when we get Hacker Man Best Friend, where I assume they were taking a dip in someone's pool or something. I don't know. He's just sitting there shirtless. And I
Yeah.
had non-romantic friends who were girls in high school, and I would like hang out at their place casually. Uh, I don't think I would ever just like chill shirtless there. Even though we were never up
Yeah.
to anything even remotely, and it wasn't a possibility there. Her parents would still like pop in, just be like, "You guys aren't like fooling around in here, right?" Not actually that, but
Yeah.
like checking in because it's a teenage boy and a teenage girl hanging
Yeah.
out. And
Yeah.
yeah, they go across her like Timber page, and he starts doing the like hacker stuff, getting into his passwords and everything. And I was like, I wouldn't want to do that. What if they're like, I don't know, you go back to what you said. What if it's more likely that they're going to be sexting and stuff than even the teenagers
Yeah.
are.
You definitely have a high likelihood of finding naked photos of your father on that laptop.
But or I don't know. You see them like saying weird stuff. I wouldn't even want to see my mom's text of being like flirty with a guy. That'd be weird. Uh,
Yeah.
but the insane thing he gets from is like, yeah, I found the address that she uses to pay for the account from. It's like, what level of hacker man are you? Because that is crazy.
Right?
That is like way too far. Also, just pull that information from.
Yeah. It just felt like this talent came out of nowhere. Yeah. But luckily we can forget about that because we have a lovely dinner that Maddie cooked. She has to go back in the kitchen though because she forgot the white
Yeah, the
toast.
emphasis on white toast was very funny. Uh, and Lily's in a better mood. She's trying to be nicer. She says it's because she finished her essay and that's a weight off her shoulders, which I can kind of that's understandable. Dad's like, "Hey, she's taking your sister to the new coffee truck nearby. You should go with them." And this is when I was hooting and hollering at this. Oh, holy fucking shit. Maddie goes upstairs because she's like, I don't want to go out in perfectly acceptable clothes to go out in California, especially as like a middle-aged woman. I don't want to go out dressed like this. I'm going to go change. And she goes up, changes into a dress romper type thing, and stumbles across Lily's phone, which we did see her working on her phone, on the essay on the phone before. And I'm not going to say that's weird because there was times where I would work on school assignments on my phone while at work or just like waiting in line at a grocery store or something.
Every once in a while, I still do.
She's like reading through it about how it's her mom, and she starts editing, like going through the essay, and I'm like, whoa, this is so fucking wild. I thought she was gonna like sabotage it and make it bad, but at the same time, I was also like, when she's doing it, it's like, is Lily not gonna like look at the document before or anything? Is she just gonna send the file? Because she was using USearch Docs, I figured she'd open it. I don't think to download from the select your documents page. I think to download from the in the document page, and I figured she'd do it there. Yeah. But whatever, she emailed it to Viv K. Fox, who is going to be free on the weekend to read it, which she needs better.
She's too dedicated to her job.
Work-life balance. I don't know. Maybe private school teacher, because both daughters go to the same school, and my girlfriend being from California, I asked her, and I'm not bringing her up now that she just got home in case she is hearing me and looking at me, and I'm conveniently saying that as soon as she gets home.
Hi, Dory's girlfriend.
But she asked, like, how often are schools that small in California? She's like, well, some of the like private schools are. Like, that makes sense. Yeah, Vivica's way too dedicated to the job. You don't need to be doing that stuff on like a Saturday. You have days off for a reason. But they're at the coffee truck, and she's talking to the coffee person about how it's her daughters, and she's like, yeah, that sparkle is there. How you can tell we are related. They are biological daughters of mine that grew in my womb from their father's seed. They are mine. Of course, you can see how much alike we are, even though neither of them look like they could be her daughter.
At all.
And then Lily walks up and is like, why are you saying you're my mom? This is weird. And then it cuts into them in an argument, and understandably, the like vague thing is like, if it was a short thing of like, your daughters are nice, and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I've done stuff like that before, where someone says something like that, and I'm getting done with the interaction, so whatever, I just won't say anything. I'll do that. I do that often.
Yeah, you just say
more times than I should when people fuck up my name. It's like, I'm never going to see this person again. I don't care. They're not. I don't have time for my bit right now.
How do they fuck up your name?
You know, I don't know how. Sometimes people will just like read it or hear it wrong. It's like, it's 4 letters. I don't know how you're doing this poorly, but but having like extended conversation about like motherhood and being proud of the connections that you have as a mom and daughter, throws the plausible deniability out the window. And she's understandably uncomfortable with this, and Dad's like, he's trying to be like, she is just trying to be nice. He's kind of hitting the last straw of how to like be in the middle of this. Which that's one you should be like, hey, that's weird. It's touchy for her. Her mom died not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. You can't be so pushy with it. I know you're like excited to be a part of this family.
Yeah, that's where if like he wasn't a cishet man with kind of a Nazi haircut.
A little bit.
To choose what Al Gore 94 or whatever said in that Letterboxd review. If he wasn't that, that's where you would have a gentle conversation about boundaries with your new girlfriend and your kids, and about how this sort of thing means a lot to them and means a lot to you, maybe. But no, instead he does none of that. And then we find out about the changed essay.
Yeah, and Vivica's tone in this scene is baffling.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I was never an A+ student, but I never had teachers talk to me like this. about I didn't in high school. I had a middle school math teacher who, when I think back to this, like he shouldn't talk like this to like 12-year-olds, but with like a kid like forgot homework or didn't do whatever, he's like, well, make sure you don't forget to ask if someone wants fries with their order. It's like fucking 12. Who cares, dude?
Jesus Christ.
This is seventh grade math. But I never had a teacher like come by after turning in an essay at any point, even after I've turned in work that's like this was to get the job done. Go by. I thought you could do better. I told you to come from this place, and I'm just a little disappointed. I know there's better from you. It's like, I don't know. The state of education.
Yeah. Weirdly attached for a guidance counselor. It's yeah, it's a lot. Also, Vivka says it's supposed to be an essay about somebody who influenced you
Yeah.
in that term, in that exact intonation, influenced. Yeah, and so fucking cut to Lily going back to Maddie and being like, "Did you change my fucking
Yeah.
essay?" And it really seems like she like found replaced mother for stepmother for most of it. Weirdly enough, she's just like, "Yeah, I did that. I just thought, I went and edited some structural things. I just thought I would help you out and make it better." Like, and the father is like, he's not okay with it, but he doesn't say, "Wow, that was unhinged
Yeah,
of you.
was
What are you
that was
doing?"
fucked up. Why would you even think to do that?
Yeah, like, what is wrong with
Yeah.
you? And then we get the scene that was a little bit triggering for me, where the dad like leaves the porch area where they're at, and the little daughter Nicole is kind of sitting in the background on her phone, and Maddie like turns around to her and starts like fucking
Yeah.
screaming at her, being like, "What have I told you about being on your phone during family time? When I was your age, I would have killed to have a family." uh and like the intensity of it and the
Yeah.
suddenness of it, and like the fact that it was like an actual child as well,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
And
that's
and
too
because of
real.
the sudden turn to, she doesn't know how to react to it. Like she's not even like scared and hurt.
Hmm.
She's just really like lost and confused. She's like, my dad doesn't care. What's going on? Why are you like this all of a sudden?
Yeah,
Especially when she was the one who was from the beginning excited to see her and have her come into the family.
yeah, you're fucking this up. Also, we have a scene here where Lily calls Patrick, and Patrick is like, I don't know, he's like climbed a mountain or something. He's at this like beautiful vista in fucking the middle of
It's
nowhere.
like
Uh,
from The Room, whenever whenever Johnny
mm,
calls Mark and they talk on the phone, Mark is off on some other adventure, which I know Greg Sestero, when he like has been asked about it, he goes, well, now I just kind of pretend like he's like a undercover agent or something like that, some like deep like spy government agent secret type mission, which is very funny, but that's the vibe it has. Like no context ever for what he's doing. He's just out there doing something.
yeah, it's really funny, to be honest. Why they even talk? Does it matter what they talk
I
about?
think it's just like about the like changing of the essay and how he's like, because she goes after they found the address, which is a home they've used multiple times now, starting with the wrong child.
Yep.
She goes into the house so that they can like find something, and she finds neatly splayed out pictures of her dad, sister, a couple with like the mom, and then finds like a card for a therapist, and then goes to see the therapist, but the scene does not go in the direction that you would think it would, which is like hey, I know you can't tell me about your client, but tell me about this client, and then you're going to because you're so stressed out about your weirdo client that we need you to for the movie to progress. But instead, she just kind of like vents to her about her, and then the therapist
Yeah,
gives advice that I think works for a normal situation where someone is upset by their dad finding a new girlfriend, and they're not fully over the loss of their mom, and they have conflicting feelings about it. But not good advice for this lady is editing essays on my phone and going through my stuff and being weird.
yeah. And two things about this. One is, are we supposed to, when we see the card for the therapist, we as middle-aged suburban moms, are you and I supposed to be like, oh, she sees a therapist, she's fucking crazy?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
is it just supposed to get us to the
I
plot
think I
point?
think it's a little
Okay.
bit of both. I do think that like I would say that honestly, the common read from the Lifetime housewife would be something like that. I think on the lighter side,
Yeah.
it gives a clue of like she's working through something. Not that you have to be for a therapist.
Mm.
Like sometimes it just helps people to have that. I'm not like just like even if you're feeling good, like you haven't had stuff you super need to work through. Like everyone has their own different ways of doing stuff, but I think it's like, and the minds go, oh, she's troubled at some point. On the nicer end of the spectrum, to that woman is scary. Oh no, I know that only people who have lost it need something like that.
Yeah. Um, but frankly, they shouldn't have needed to show a therapist card at all to show that Maddie is crazy. They could have instead focused more on her completely featureless, decorationless house except for the gigantic portrait of a clown that she has.
Yeah,
Never drawn attention to. There are no other pictures hanging in this house. There is just a huge painting of a clown in the background of like the entranceway to like this is what you're walking into.
there's something with that too, where I feel like the go-to of like crazy killer person in a movie is their walls are covered in photos or newspaper clippings or something. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like uh,
Which we've seen.
especially a single woman or just a woman who's been living by herself, it's going to plant the idea of something's off if her house is bare. I say mostly about a woman because
Yep.
there's the Twitter, and I think it's also on Blue Sky account that takes posts from our male living spaces, and it's always just like a guy with like a futon bed, a PS5, and a TV going, how do you guys like my new place? So it's a very gendered thing, but even then, like my friends would like decorate a little bit when we're like 21. So like just seeing a super bare house would be like
Yeah.
something's off. Run.
Yep. Big agree on that. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that bizarre shit
This
up.
this stuff with the therapist just feels like it's too pad time because like the last like chunk of this movie just feels like treading water until they can get to the credits.
Yeah, they really stretch
Yeah.
it. Normally this would happen like 5 minutes before the end
Yeah.
of one of these movies. Yeah. So more things about this therapist scene. One, the actress who plays the therapist, Tracy Nelson, I was staring at her and I was like, where do I know this woman? I know this woman from something. Is she another like random famous woman that they've gotten for this, like Dee Wallace? And then I realized she was the store assistant in The Wrong Child. And also she's going to be in like 5 to 10 other wrong movies. So watch out for Tracy
She
Nelson
was
in the future.
also the mom from The Wrong Friend who she visited, who the main character visited and was
There we
like,
go.
"Hey, what happened to your daughter?"
Oh, the one who I called out as having the best performance in the
Yes.
film? Tracy Nelson. What an actress. She has the
Yeah.
range. Also, this therapist scene, HIPAA violation. Lily is like, I have a concern about one of your clients, Maddie, whatever, and the therapist is like, she's a client that I'm concerned about, but I can't tell you anything more. Patient client confidentiality. I'm like, you could not tell her that she is your client. First of all, I'm in training more or less for this. Uh, I will be next semester, but I've worked for enough doctors and therapists to know that itself is personal or is private health
Yeah.
information. You cannot say that she goes here. Also, I kind of don't feel like it's conducive to a therapy environment to have a genie lamp on your desk and another clown portrait in your office.
No.
Which this is clearly
Not
another
at
room
all.
in Dave Dakota's house.
Absolutely. That genie lamp is probably in at least 4 of his movies, summoning like a genie that either kills people or helps kill people.
Almost certainly. And speaking of killing people, we get a POV shot of Maddie coming and killing her therapist.
Yeah, thank you, Sam Raimi. I bet he co-directed that sequence.
This is I think the most people Wrong has killed.
I think so. Yeah, this is 3. I think that is the highest body count.
Yeah. Also, I don't think this scene with Patrick is really relevant at this point, but in another bizarre Patrick scenery moment, Lily calls him and he is standing next to like a trophy shelf with a very prominent best son trophy on it, which I thought was really funny.
Do you think he's an only child?
See, that was brought up in the Discord call too. It would be fucked up if he had a brother. Do you want to take the end here?
Yeah, so this is when I'm just baffled at everything that's going on in the movie. We unnecessarily have Lily find the body of the young man that Maddie stabbed. Maddie goes to the school while Lily's like talking with Patrick, but she goes to the school to pick up the younger daughter, and Vivica Fox is like, what the fuck is going on? I know my students' families. Their mother has passed away, and I've never heard about a stepmother, which, no, you read the essay. You know that there's someone there. And this is when we get the looks into the camera. You're the wrong stepmother. And I start cheering.
Everyone cheers. Yeah, let's go, Vivica.
It's delivered so like ham-fistedly, and she like smirks before she says it too.
And I love that.
She knows.
How can you deliver that line any other way? But the conviction too. I believe that woman is the wrong stepmother. Thank you, Vivica.
Something that's like someone needs to like try and stop her. She like very not nonchalantly, but not as hurried as she would need to for a situation like this, grabs the younger sister, throws her into her car, and drives off.
Just straight up kidnaps her.
Lily's on the phone, walking into the house, casually on the phone with Patrick, and then casually walks in the room and is not that shocked about her sister being held by Maddie, and is like, me and Patrick found out some things about you. And the dad walks in so everyone gets to see it, because he hasn't seen her be a crazy, weird lady at all the entire movie. He's just heard about it. She like reads off like past identities. She has a line that I talk like this sometimes, but I'm also not a character in a movie that has a script that presumably has a script supervisor and people who have read it.
Yep.
Claire had inherited a lot of money from her husband, who had died under accidental circumstances, and that made her inherit a lot of money.
Yeah. Cyclical line. Sorry, I was just gonna make a stupid comment. She has the she has Nicole on her knee, and I believe not a knife to her throat or anything, but a knife nearby. But the positioning, it's really giving like evil ventriloquist.
Yeah, it looks like I thought like the with the vague tone and stuff, she'd like give a response like, "No, she's our mommy,"
Mmm.
like thing, not a she's under duress. I bet there's probably some sort of like odd set thing of like, don't point a knife at my
Yeah.
kid, please.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't think we've fully mentioned what Maddie's fucking deal is, but she was in the foster system because her mother killed her father, and she bounced
Yeah.
around for a while. No families ever actually like connected with her. Then from then on, she basically has been obsessed with the idea of having an actual family for herself. She married one guy and he died under mysterious circumstances, and then she married the uncle of the teenager we met partway through the movie, uh and he died, I think.
I
Now onto the family. She also has a real evil laugh here.
yeah. This is when I felt like I was being pranked by the movie
Mm-hmm.
because after all this, the younger daughter just kind of gets away. Uh,
Yeah, she scrambles out of there to call the cops.
calls the cops. That he picks up the knife and is like pointing it at the dad and Lily, and is like, "We're gonna be a happy family. Yeah, you're not gonna stop this. You're, I'm gonna get away with it all." And she stabs him, and
Yep.
then sirens blare, and she runs off.
No blood on the knife,
And
by
then
the
we
way.
get a no, no blood. There's only bloodless kills,
Also
and
Cinderella
then
reference in the dialogue. Continue.
and then we get a transition. Like some time has passed, and it's like the beginning of the movie, and I'm thinking something's going on. Like it's gonna be a false ending, like a Halloween or something. They thought they took care of it, but he's still in the house. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
but time has passed, and she's like, I really appreciate you guys. I just want you to know that because Maddie gave like a speech about just families don't appreciate each other and what they have and stuff, which I didn't get that vibe from
Yeah.
them. Like maybe if we got something about him being the easy go to is workaholic dad. He's too
Yeah.
busy to be super involved in their life or something. Or I don't know, if you want to have fun with it, he's too much on the dating scene, and that's why they're
Mm.
upset. Is that not only is he like off like dating a new woman every week, and suddenly this is the one that wants to come home after all this time or something, or they've gotten attached to so many women because he's dating so many people, whatever. I would get there'd be some tension in the family there, but not really.
Nope.
Uh, but he's just like, I appreciate you guys. I'm doing okay after I got stabbed. Uh, and she Lily makes a quip of like another online girlfriend. He's like, nope, not doing that again. It's like, I don't think it's Timber's fault that he got stabbed. Maybe try I'm too lazy to come up with a ripoff Bumble or OK Cupid or Hinge or anything. But
Try lots of sea urchins.
good one. Uh, and then it just cuts from them being nice, happy sitcom family to her in a park watching a dad play with his daughter, and she runs over as soon as the dad turns away and goes, "Where's your mommy and daddy?" And the kid goes, "My mommy's in heaven, and my dad's right over there." And I'm like, "Oh, whoa!" And it just integrates her starts getting herself into this family, and what a not resolution this entire film
Joy,
has.
I loved this
To
fucking ending, to be honest.
It's so funny. It is baffling.
Like
I've watched. This is one of the craziest endings to a movie I have seen. Genuinely.
let me tell you. So I've mentioned before that on Three Little Words, my former romance novel podcast, the formularity of those books made me go nuts and stop being able to do that podcast. Um and the thing is that the type of audience that both it's a similar audience that reads a lot of contemporary romance and watches Lifetime movies. It's a lot of middle-aged women. And those audiences, from my understanding, or at least from the publisher and network's understandings, from what I see, is that those audiences need a happy ending and need some kind of resolution or a happy for now kind of resolution, right? The
That
bad
makes
guy
sense.
needs to get caught and
Yeah.
the couple needs to get back together after their bullshit third act conflict. And the fact that this woman kills three people and gets away, and it's fully
Yeah.
implied that she's going to do this shit all over again. Uh
Yeah.
that is a brave ending to me. Just for the fact that it is so different. I kind of love that she doesn't win, but she is free still.
Yeah.
Police are useless in these movies generally, but especially this one. Um and I think that's the edgiest ending you can do for one of these movies while still having an ending that I think Lifetime will approve. If the dad died, they wouldn't do that script. They would tell you to rewrite it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, brave ending.
I'm just. Yeah, I'm really surprised that they didn't have like her get arrested or face really any consequences.
None
Like,
whatsoever.
she's going to keep doing this, and the like sequel, vaguely sequel baity way, not as much as this is like the classic the Thing. Like, for all we know, the Thing is still one of the guys is still the Thing.
Hmm.
They're just like the Freddy Krueger is. They're still in the dream world. Actually,
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger's gonna get them, kind of thing. The last one had the most like sequel baity thing, where it's like, oh, he seems like he has a plan and is gonna keep, and we're gonna have to deal with him again. But this is just like the continuation of like, it's just gonna keep happening. Is incredible, and I I was at a loss for it, because then it just cuts to the credits and I'm in complete disbelief.
Yeah. So, honestly, same. And here's like a subtext, probably reading too far into it thing. But we've been kind of doing that with this movie already because I think this movie kind of invites it. Um,
Yeah,
the family that she goes after this time has a young daughter, but a young daughter, like a 4-year-old daughter.
yeah,
Uh, and I kind of think that she, after Lily's family, she was like, I'm not risking somebody who can fight back essentially again. I need somebody who is young enough that I can groom essentially.
that makes sense. Yeah, I think you're onto something with that.
Yeah. So that's dark. Jory, how many stepmothers do you give this out of 5?
I would give it almost 3 to 3.5.
Ah,
This is the
damn.
most I laughed and had a great time watching it. Uh, could I recommend this to someone who likes bad movies, kind of like I do? I'm not sure. I think part of for this making this work is needing to know like the structure of these films in a way. By bucking away from what those often do, makes the like wild stuff in this even crazier.
Yeah.
So maybe if you've like watched some Lifetime movies or something, I highly recommend this. I don't think you should jump into this one by itself, but it's everyone's acting is just fucking weird and it feels wrong. Like it's just
The
it's
dialogue
something.
is wild.
Yeah, everyone like the lines are weird. There's so many like there's small like production things too. There's one where it's when they have that first dinner and it's a shot on Maddie. You see the camera like adjust its focus. Like you see it slightly zoom in and out like the autofocus
Mm.
was trying to readjust mid recording and they just went it's on fucking TV. These people probably have digital converter boxes and are watching it on a CRT still. Who fucking cares?
In 2019, though?
You'd be. I
Uh,
still working at a Best Buy have people come in and ask if they could recycle their CRTs.
okay. Yeah. All the Smash players vindicate.
Yeah, I imagine that just like they're like, or they're like they got the they're using the same digital television they've had for 15 years at this point. It's gonna look like crap. They're not gonna
Mm.
notice. Some asshole isn't gonna be in front of a microphone going, "Hey, they did this. We're fine."
They thought.
How about you? What would you give it?
So I am not quite as positive on this movie as you are. I didn't love it as much. I think this is an up there one. Um but I would say I originally gave it a 2 on Letterboxd when I reviewed it earlier today. You convinced me to raise it to a 2.5. Um I think a lot of this actually works. If, like you said, if you know the wrong movies, this is a bizarre break in formula and like in dialogue performance. Um, Subject, uh, it's definitely one that if I were to make so far a watch these like 3 to 5 wrong movies, I would put this one on there. Of course, nothing has beaten the wrong student yet, but Maddie's do it better
That's the secret. There is just got to put a Maddie in.
for real. Jory, tell me about the thrills in this one.
I do think that the scenes of her being like when she's being weird and not in a like watching them stalking way, that's like par for the course for these movies. But when she's like saying that they're her daughters or like messing with the essay or about to go through the phone or arguing with the like coworker before she kills her and stuff, that's like that's way up there. It's like hell yeah, this is great. Very thrilling. Like her editing the essays, unbelievable.
Yeah, honestly. Uh I agree with all that. What about the gothic horror themes?
uh, I don't know. This movie was like very weirdly like daytime, and that's probably because
Mm.
they had like a 12-year-old on set. But so they're like, we're not even gonna bother with like night scenes for the most part. But and nothing felt like really dark or like old timey horror in any way. Maybe some of the like stalking. Not a whole lot of like dread, I think, but
See, I'm going to counter that. This movie is shot more like a horror movie than any other of these films. And I think it's the extensive use of POV shots and the fact that what like we see the almost all of the killings in first person. And there's also like the I don't know, the sense of like uh crushing loneliness and isolation and shit coming off of Maddie. I think that's gothic as well.
I could agree with that.
But we can both agree that there is no subtle homoeroticism in this one, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think the closest I got to it was sometime after I wrote friend zone. I went, oh wait, he's not friend zoned. He's just gay.
Yeah.
But
He does have some energy.
pretty much, yeah. No, like he's shirtless for a scene, but even then, he was like it was mostly on his back. It wasn't focusing on him like working out or anything. He just happened to be shirtless.
Yeah.
And the bar's pretty low for what David Dakota puts in his movies, but I don't think it's there at all. Like, not enough for it to be worth mentioning.
My one incredible stretch with it is that the dad has like rainbow imagery around him a couple of times. Where like in one meeting
Ah.
he's wearing like a kind of pastel or like muted rainbow tie. And after they come back from their afternoon movie showing, I guess there's light like refracting off of something, but he has like rainbow refractions like on him. And I'm like, wow, this the symbolism, I guess. Yeah. What are your final thoughts on the wrong stepmother?
Uh, I'm really fascinated with this, and I I think that we're hopefully not reaching a peak because we still have a ways to go. One of the big things that I think is funny is not the next one, but the one after is the wrong mommy.
Yep,
So they made the wrong stepmother, they made the wrong boy next door, and then they went, okay, we got to go back to the mom well again. Which makes me wonder. And they came out. These is from the stretch where there's like one a week.
yes. The
So
next so the wrong stepmother came out July 5th, 2019. The Wrong Boy Next Door came out July 12th. The Wrong Mommy came out July 19th, and The Wrong Tutor came out July 26th. And then the Wrong Cheerleader came out like 2 weeks after that, September 8th. So they did 5 in the span of a little over a month.
So I'm wondering if maybe that's why Jessica Morris and like Shane Scott or Rib Hillis or some of the regulars aren't in this one, is because they've made so many back to back that like it's easier to rotate people than to be like, okay, you need to stay with us for the next 4 weeks while we shoot 4 movies.
Yeah, actually. We're like I'm looking at the cast of these, and the cast the only overlap is that Jason Shane Scott is both in The Wrong Boy Next Door and The Wrong Mommy. But other than that,
Oh.
nobody overlaps here. Which is definitely interesting. David probably shot all these at the same time, as you were saying. But also, I don't think that we've reached our peak because we have coming up The Wrong Mommy, The Wrong House Sitter, The Wrong Wedding Planner,
Yeah.
The Wrong Cheerleader Coach, not to be confused with The Wrong Cheerleader, The Wrong Real Estate Agent. Jory, we got so far to go. We got so
Yeah.
much meat left on this bone. Yeah, I don't know. I like this one. I think it is a situation where somebody, the last time that we had somebody who wrote one of these movies and then we never see them again was The Wrong Cruise, which I think is the worst Wrong movie.
Yeah.
But this time, Michael Verratti, you did good on this one. And I like that you go out on top, never come back. This is Adam Rockoff, Robert Dean Klein, and the other guy, Matthew Jason Walsh territory. Okay, get out of here. Let these hacks write. I guess that's.
Oh, okay. This guy sounds cool. I just did a quick search, and like at the top of his Wikipedia it says he's known for writing like horror stuff. I guess he's also like a columnist. But outside of his film work, Variety writes and speaks about pop culture and the horror genre as it relates to the LGBTQ experience.
Let's go.
Including at San Diego Comic-Con, and host of the queer horror discussion podcast Dead for Filth. Oh, man.
Can we get him on?
Maybe. I was thinking about that at work earlier today. Is like, David Dakota might be up for podcasts,
We
honestly.
gotta
If you're
email
reaching out.
somebody from these movies.
I think when we get further, I might just start going like, "Oh, this cold email people." Like,
Yeah,
it's something advice I see regularly on like Reddit and stuff. Is like, the worst they can do is ignore it or say no. Like, they're not gonna sue you.
yeah.
They're not gonna have like this. I understand the like kind of young thing of like, oh, they're gonna like tell their friends and make fun of me because I did this embarrassing thing. But it's like, David Dakota's not going to go to his friends and be like, this fucking podcast, check them out. Let's go make fun of them and and drive away viewership in some way. Like, no, that's fine.
I think David Dakota would probably be like, from what I see about him, he would probably be like, cool. Thanks for taking my
Uh,
movies even remotely seriously.
Honestly, I think the worst thing we would get is yes for a fee. And
Mm,
it's like, okay, it's not fun anymore.
yeah. But I think so for We See Saw, we reached out to Shawnee Smith's agent to see if we could get her on the podcast. It was a long shot and she ignored
Yeah.
us. But like we're aiming so much lower than Shawnee Smith. Like we can
Yeah.
definitely get Yvonne Freeman, I think that was who was Maddie in The Wrong Student.
Yeah.
We can get the guy who played fucking Andrew in The Wrong Child. We can get some of these random people. I believe in us.
Yeah.
Anyway, next time we're going to be talking about The Wrong Boy Next Door. I'm looking forward to that one, to be honest. But
I have a secret to reveal
uh,
also.
do tell.
I accidentally watched the like first 10 minutes of The Wrong Boy Next Door because I have it in a collection on my Plex, and then when I was sorting them, you can do custom sort order, so stuff can be in like chronological order when they came out. So I have the custom sort of the wrong, and then the movie number. And for some reason, Plex puts 10 before 9 because they do 1 0,
Oh,
so
God.
1 comes before 9. So I started watching it and was like, this is wrong. And
I guess you started the wrong
then I
movie.
realized, oh fuck, I fucked up here. Uh-oh. And backed out. But something very funny with this is the same girl plays the main character.
Oh, that's fun. I liked her.
So, but I did watch like the first like 10 minutes before realizing, and from what I saw from that, it's going to be awesome too.
Okay, great. Well, until we meet the wrong boy next door, Jory, where can people find you online?
You can find me at No I'm Jory on basically every platform except for Blue Sky, where you can find me at jory.zone, where I post about the stuff I'm doing, games I'm playing, if I'm watching something, pictures of my dog, uh, any sort of cool Jory content. Maybe I have stuff I'm brainstorming, so maybe in like 6 months I'll go, this thing.
Yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky at Punk Dyke, Punkdyke. Can't believe nobody had that at, and cannot believe that uh seeing a therapist would make you question my sanity over having that at. That's one of the worst ones I've done.
Oh,
Uh,
I have a good one.
you have a good one?
I'm good. I can't believe you went onto someone's phone and changed their username
Yes,
so
there we
you
go.
could change yours to
There we go. Thank you, Jory.
it.
And you can find the show on Blue Sky at Wrong Podcast. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Not the Wrong Podcast.
Wrongpodcast.bluesky.social.
Yep.
Post 1 episodes are going up. I have done like cursory searches to see if there's like, I don't know, making a podcast for for like a narrow subject for like Twitter. I always thought it'd be funny, like I follow the actors and stuff, but I follow Vivica A. Fox.bluesky.social on the account, but their name on there is not Vivica A. Fox above that. But I've tried looking for more Lifetime stuff. They haven't moved over to Blue Sky for some reason. So
I'll try and look up
big
some of these
surprise.
actors. I'm gonna go down this list. Maybe Tracy Nelson's on there. Uh, yeah. Well, until next time, until we manage to convince an actor to come on this podcast, I guess you just listened to the wrong podcast.
Hi, my name is Kiefer, and I'm the host of Select and Start, a video game-centric podcast on the Moonshot Network. In each episode of Select and Start, I bring on a guest to talk about their history and relationship with the medium of video games, followed by an in-depth discussion about a meaningful and memorable game that made an impact on their life. These guests are people with wildly different levels of experience with video games, including people with published books about games, developers, games journalists, streamers, educators, and just gamers, both hardcore and casual. We talk about games from all platforms and genres, whether they're big or small, long or short, old or new. We talk about them, what they mean to our guests, and how readily available they are for people who want to play them today. Because games are an art form that should be preserved. And like other forms of art, video games have changed lives, and I've had some wonderful guests with incredible stories about that. You can check out Select and Start wherever you check out your other Moonshot podcasts. Just select an episode and press start. All right, I think that's it. Enjoy the rest of your show.
People always say to me, Riley Hopkins, when are you going to get together with your amazing friends and do a podcast? Great news, bud. I do a podcast called Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends. My name is Riley Hopkins of Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends, and the Amazing Friends are the rest of the cast. It's an actual play podcast where we do crossover fan fiction podcasting. That's a thing you don't hear in other places. And you know who you don't hear it from? You don't hear it from somebody named Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends, because that's not my name. My name's Riley Hopkins. The Amazing Friends are the rest of the cast. And you can find this podcast on the Moonshot Podcast Network, moonshotpods.com/RHATAF. That's RATAF, which is a shorter way to say Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends, which is me, Riley Hopkins. My amazing friends are the rest of the cast. Do you get it?